Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in today. My name's Jemma Cripps and I'm a scientist at the Arthur Rylah Institute, which is part of the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning. So today I want to speak really quickly about some surveys that we did for the Greater Glider in 2017. We were working in the Strathbogie Ranges in northeast Victoria. And before I continue, just want to thank our project team who are listed here, all of whom had lots of involvement in this study. Greater gliders are found in eucalypt forests, and they're distributed all along the east coast of mainland Australia, all the way from North Queensland down to central Victoria, as far west as the Wombat State Forest. You might have also recently heard the news that there are likely to be 3 distinct species. So in Victoria, we have the southern greater glider. All of this species group is currently listed as vulnerable under the EPBC Act, and this is because they have experienced significant declines throughout their range over the past couple of decades. In 2017, we received funding from the DELP Urgent Actions Fund to undertake some research. So the aims of this work were to survey an isolated population of greater gliders in the Strathbogie Ranges in northeast Victoria. And this was particularly because this area was the focus of significant community concern about the population and about proposed timber harvesting in the area. We also wanted to test and improve our survey methods for this species. This is a map of our study site. We were working in the Strathbogie State Forest in northeast Victoria, and we used stratified random sampling to work out where our transects would be placed randomly in the landscape. We had 25 sites in total, and all of these were a 500-metre transect that went into the forest off track. You can see that we avoided some areas through the middle here, as these were pine plantation. All of our surveys commenced 60 minutes after sunset, and we had 2 observers visit each site just once, but they did a repeat survey of that site just separated by 15 minutes in time. And this allows you to then work out which animals were seen as duplicates and use quite a rigorous analysis to estimate numbers of animals. All of our surveys were carried out between October to December 2017. Unfortunately, 5 minutes isn't long enough to go into the results in detail, but as I mentioned, we had some quite complex data analysis that basically we used mark recapture distance sampling, which allows you to estimate the size of the population and the density of greater gliders within that area, and also provide some confidence intervals or estimates around that number. So we were able to provide that information and show that there was a large population of gliders in the Strathbogies, and that this population didn't appear to have undergone declines that were seen in other parts of the range, either in Victoria or New South Wales. We were also able to improve our survey methods. So we showed using this analysis that spotlight counts underestimate the number of gliders that are seen. And we showed that at our study site, using 2 observers improved the detectability of greater gliders. We also acknowledge that this will likely vary in different habitats, particularly if there's lots of mid-story vegetation. In November 2019, the Victorian Government declared the entire Strathbogie Ranges as an immediate protection area, which prevented timber harvesting from occurring. This was announced as part of a package of announcements across Vic, which talked about the protection of 96,000 hectares of state forest that would have otherwise been available for timber harvesting. And this included some areas in East Gippsland and areas in the Central Highlands ash forests as well. So the data that we had collected during our surveys in this area contributed to the decision to include the Strathbogie Ranges in these immediate protection areas. So just to quickly finish up, I guess the key messages are that it was really great to have recognition of this regionally important population of greater gliders, and a population that's quite isolated from other populations throughout Victoria. I think this is quite a good case study of research achieving impact on public land, and it was wonderful to have our work recognised and to also help provide the data that was required to make some difficult decisions about changing the status of public land across Victoria. Thank you.